Hello everybody, how are you? My name is Chef Rob. Hello to everybody at the Mastic Merchants Community Library. Chris is here tonight, so if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Okay, and I got two really nice summer dishes for you. If anybody was out on the East End this weekend, you may have gone to the Strawberry Festival, so they were very fortunate to get it in. The local strawberries are so great. And they'll still be around another week or so, and then they will disappear, so get them now. Go to your local farm stand. And the other dish that I'm doing is some roasted cherry tomatoes, some shrimp, some garlic, corn, fennel, and it is really delicious. And then we top it off with some fresh basil and just roast it in the oven. So let's get going. So I got a sheet pan right here. Best way to do this, because it's on a very high heat, just put aluminum foil here, give it a quick spray, just a little olive oil spray, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to take some corn on the cob. You could take 3-4 ears, and sometimes depends how large they are. I'm going to use 3 of them. Corn right now, pretty good, getting better. It's not local yet. We have another probably less than a month for the real good local corn. Just make sure you get any of these little hairs off of here. Throw them away. And if anybody has any questions, any comments, please let us know. We love when you chat and comment. We had a class today at the Hicksville Public Library, and that was on Facebook as well, so if anybody wants to see that, it's on their page. And we made red, white, and blueberry shortcakes. So about a week or so ago, I did a shortcake cake, and so total different recipe, everybody. Okay, shave this corn off. Try to use the fresh corn. I do always get the question, can I use some canned corn or whatever? Can you? Of course you can, but why not use this when it's so good? And I always find when you kind of leave these little shavings like this and they kind of stick together a bit, it's just nice. And it shows you're using the local stuff or something pretty close to home. And when you do corn this summer, don't overboil it. Just needs a few minutes and that's it. I remember growing up, it used to be like throw it in the pot and come back tomorrow and it'll be ready. But no, it just gets mushy. And then always you can barbecue corn. So good. So we are going to start getting back into the Mastic Merchants Library in person, and that'll start towards the fall going into 2022. So check that out. And just always look at their Facebook page, their website, and of course their brochure. Just stop in the library and get their brochure. They want to see everybody back now, so they got movies, books at a library. Why not, right? All right, so just take some corn, just scatter that right here. And then we're going to put a little bit of fennel on here, or as much as you want. So 1 bulb of fennel would be great. And you just cut this little bottom part right here off. Okay. Now these things right here, these are called the fronds. So I'm going to trim these. These little stalks like this, you can get away with and use it as celery. Not that you're going to trick anybody, just you could certainly use it that way. Okay. And then what you do with the fennel, if you've never used before, well, make sure if there's any brown spots on the outside, you just get rid of that. This part right here is good. I smell that licorice in here. Now, can you smell this, Chris? Take a look at that. Tell me what, right?
Yeah, smells like
it. Yeah. Okay, so just split this right down the middle, and then just kind of thinly slice it, and you're going to add this right with the corn. Now, this is like one of those sheet pan dinners, so everything is really on one pan, and there's no real reason to take this and put it on a beautiful tray, anything like that, you make dinner easy tonight. Leave it right on this pan. Okay, so I'm just gonna spread this out. You can double this recipe, triple it, and you can halve it, of course, too. And you could take these little parts right here that I said is kind of like the celery, and you could chop that up and add it right on there. I'm going to put some extra virgin olive oil on here, about 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil.
Debbie said hi, Rob.
Hello, Debbie, and how are you? How was kayaking this weekend? I was kayaking too. Did it over by Shinnecock Bay. I think you were the North Fork, if I remember right. I think I do. Yes.
She just posted tonight's recipes in the chat.
Thank you, Debbie. So everybody, recipes are out there. I'm going to take a little bit of fresh ground black pepper and a little kosher salt. Go ahead, Chris.
Susan said my family calls it finocchio. Have it all holiday dinners.
Well, what do they call it? I'm
Finocchio.
Sorry. Finocchio. Okay, yep. Hello, Susan. Okay, and now if you like a little bit of heat, just a little bit, just put a few sprinklings of the crushed red pepper.
Debbie said amazing. I circumnavigated Robbins Island. We call it Fanook.
Wow. I love to do that. We went out by the Ponquag Bridge. Everybody, if you go to my Facebook page, Chris posted some of the things that we did yesterday for Father's Day. I hope everybody had a nice Father's Day out there. So everybody, just take this pan just like this, toss it around really good, make sure it's spread out nice and evenly, and we're going to broil this until it's nice and crisp and tender. And I just want to get a little bit of brown spots. It'll probably take about 8 minutes, okay? In the meantime, we'll go over and start working on the Strawberry Festival bread. So this, we're 8 minutes. Okay, this bread, your children's department may have done this. I'm not sure. I think so, though. And it is so moist, full of flavor. I did it, especially, I called it Strawberry Festival bread, just especially if they didn't have the festival this weekend, but I know they did. They had great weather for it, which was really fantastic. I guess except for Saturday night, it got a little rainy there for a couple hours, but we got through that. So, first thing you want to do, let's take 2 cups of all-purpose flour, just like this, nice and level, and you're just going to put it into a nice large bowl. Very moist, and if you don't like strawberries, use blueberries, use raspberries. Yes, Chris?
Susan said, made your rosemary and balsamic chicken with tomato and goat cheese relish and the lemon cream filled strawberries for dessert.
Wow. Wow. Susan, I think you have every recipe I have, right?
And the ones you didn't make yet, no.
Even the ones that, I haven't made yet. 1 teaspoon baking soda. Sprinkle that on here. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, so that will just bring out the strawberry flavor, the cinnamon, anything like that. And then 1/4 teaspoon of the cinnamon. If you like it a little heavier, you like your cinnamon, you can go a little heavier with that, of course. I'm just going to whisk all these ingredients. So we'll kind of jump back and forth because 8 minutes will be done before you know it, and then we'll just have all these different things all set up right here. So I got all my dry ingredients here. So in another bowl, I'm just going to take the brown sugar, the egg, and the white sugar. So I'm just going to take 1 large egg, the brown sugar, I want 1/4 cup, but you always want to make sure that it is packed. Like that. And then 3/4 of a cup of the white sugar. And this right here, because of the internet, you can buy anything now, right? So 3/4 of a cup. I buy things like that so when I'm at the libraries and I have 40 people coming at me, they don't have to take 3 different scoops. They just take one and the line goes nice and smooth. And I get to start my car about 3 minutes earlier. So everybody just take the brown sugar, the white sugar, and the egg. Just kind of whisk this around really good. Okay, you just want to see if you can get out all those lumps. If you don't get them out now, you'll get them out when you add in the oil, the buttermilk, everything like that. Okay, pretty good. I have 1 cup of buttermilk that I'm going to pour in here. Always use the store-bought buttermilk. Don't make your own, because making your own, it's very thin. This just gives it a nice kind of, look at how thick and rich this is, okay? You would never get that by just using whole milk and a little vinegar or lemon juice, okay? So we're just pouring that in there. Yes, Chris?
Emily said made it tonight.
How are you, Emily? I have missed you. I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing good, you and your family. Everybody, we have the buttermilk in here. Now you can put in a 1/3 cup of either vegetable oil, canola oil, or melted coconut oil. So I'm putting in vegetable oil right here. And then we want 2 teaspoons. Let me use this one because it's getting almost done. 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. And then we're just going to whisk this really good. I'm going to go check on my corn and fennel that's in the oven. Just whisk this around really well. Yeah, no lumps. Good. That is great. Go ahead.
Emily said I was in the hospital.
Emily, I hope you are feeling better. I knew there was something when my Emily was not on every night with me. I knew it. I hope you're okay. Okay, so for the Strawberry Festival bread, we have our dry ingredients, our wet ingredients. I'm just going to go check on the corn and fennel mixture. So a couple minutes on that. In the meantime, what we need to do, cut up some strawberries. Yes, Chris?
She said yes, I am some. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. Good. Good. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of these 2 sugars here. Now, I'm just going to cut up some strawberries while we're waiting for the corn and fennel mixture. So I want about 1.5 cups of chopped fresh strawberries. So just cut the little ends off. Just cut them into small little pieces. You turn it just like that. And then throw them onto paper towels. That way you can pat them dry. The less moisture, the better it will cook through. Wash them really well. And again on some paper towels. Now we're going to make a sweet glaze for this as well. This goes in a 350 oven. It takes about 50 to 60 minutes. So we will give everybody out there a bathroom break, okay? No, I'm only kidding. I have one done to show everybody what it looks like, okay? Should do intermission, right?
Yeah.
But we have to sell popcorn or something, right?
Or the food you're making.
Yeah, sell the food I'm making, yes. Okay, and always leave a little bit of strawberries for the top because it looks so beautiful at the end if you put some chopped or sliced strawberries or blueberries right on top of this. Really good cake right now, all through summer. 4th of July, you can decorate it because it's got the red for the strawberries. You can put blueberries on top, and then the white icing. It's really good. Yes, Chris.
Susan said, I made the strawberry bread too. The tastiest, moistest part was the berries. I used paper towels to dry the strawberries, but I don't think I got them dry enough.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to let them dry a little bit, right? Yeah, that's all.
And Emily said, hello, Chef Rob.
Hello, Emily. How are you? Okay, I'm just about done with this, and then I'm gonna go get, we're just about the 8-minute mark, so it should be pretty much cooked through, and then we go to the next stage, and we'll just add some more ingredients to it. And the reason you put the shrimp dish on a sheet pan and add them things separately is like they cook in stages. I'm just gonna get rid of these here. Chris, I will be right back again. Go ahead.
Emily said, sorry I missed you Wednesday, but I watched it today. I'm going to make the cake and blueberry and strawberry one.
Oh, very good. Yes. I hope you make that, Emily, and you let me know how it came out. So everybody, the corn mixture with the fennel. What we're going to do now, we're just going to add some things to this. We're going to add a little bit more sprinkle of salt, a little bit of black pepper. And then I want to mince about 4 cloves of garlic. Always use the fresh. I've made this one a few times. We have this one more time this week, this dish right here. And I think I have it once more next week. So I'm just going to take the 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to give this a good smash. And then we're just going to mince it really small and add it right into the mixture. Guess you could take some scallops, put it on here, do it with some lobster meat. Lobster meat has to be just crazy now. We went to a place last night and they had a small or a large lobster roll, and the price was either $20 or $36. $36 for a lobster roll.
Yeah, 20 was the smallest one.
But I remember, I think it was the year, not last year, but the year before, there was some places that were charging $59 a pound for lobster meat. Unbelievable. It's a lot of work though. Fishermen, they have a hard life, hard job.
But it tastes good.
It tastes good. All right, here's the garlic. We're just gonna sprinkle that on here. We will just kind of mix that around. And now you want the zest of 1 lemon.
Right there.
Thank you, Chris. You know, I have so much on my table, and he saw me searching for a lemon. So
Yes.
I was like, yeah, right there. So zest 1 lemon up. We're gonna just toss this all together, and we're gonna pop it right under the broiler. And we're gonna add in some shrimp and some cherry tomatoes as well. Now you could do all this mixture like in a separate bowl if you wanted to, but if you can mix it around right on the pan, why not? So the shrimp and the tomatoes, you want the shrimp to get cooked all the way through. You want the tomatoes just to kind of start to burst, and that'll take about the 6-7 minute mark. Just tap that off. This one you're getting a lot of zest for your money. And then I'll tell everybody the rest of my schedule for this week. And if you have children at the Mastic Merchants Library, have them check out the children's room, because I drop off a lot of kits there for them each month. So always some different program that they are doing over there. Now just take this, just kind of mix this around really well. Okay. I'm going to add some shrimp. You can add about 1.25 pounds of shrimp. I like to take the tails off. I always did that when I was in the restaurant business because I always said, why should people have to take it out of a cream sauce or something like that and get their fingers? Then they don't want to order it next time. So I always thought of the customer, so I always take the tails off. So I'm just going to take these, just kind of make sure that they are not laying on top of each other. They're spread out really, really well.
Valerie said, "This looks amazing so far. I just tuned in late. Where can I get the written recipe?"
It will be right on the Mastic Maricha's library's Facebook page or their website.
And it's in the chat, like the comments of this video, so you'll be able to find it there. Or you could email or call the library and they'll be able to send it to you.
And then always know, after this, you can go back and rewatch it because it's on Facebook Live, so they keep it up there too.
On
So
theirs and ours.
any questions on how I prepared anything, you just go right back to it. Now I'm just going to take some of these beautiful colored tomatoes. You can use either cherry tomatoes or either grape tomatoes. A lot of times you will notice I use these. They have so much color.
There's no green ones recently.
No green ones.
No.
Depends the store you go to, really. Actually, the less yellow in this one, the better. And the reason I say that is because it's not going to show up with the corn. And then you're also going to take 6 tablespoons of melted butter and just drizzle it on there. So we're going to go put that back under the broiler until the tomatoes start bursting and the shrimp gets cooked all the way through. And then we'll go back and we'll work on our festival bread. Okay, so pat these a little dry if you can. I think this is real. Right in by the 1.5 cups, so that is perfect. So I am just going to take the dry ingredients, the wet ingredients, just whisk this up right here. I'm going to pour the wet into the dry, and I just want to whisk this until it is combined, and then I want to stop. Make sure you get everything out of here too. So you could just kind of take this spatula right here, because all this liquid is going to be all really good bread. Okay.
I have a question actually.
Go, Chris. Yes.
Could you add flour to the strawberries to get it to stay dry? And then put it in.
It won't really keep them dry, and you certainly could take the flour and mix it with the strawberries. And sometimes what it'll do is it'll prevent them from dropping in the batter, because a lot of times all the strawberries will go down to the bottom. In this recipe, after doing it for so long, I found you don't have to do that. I found more with blueberries you need to do that. You don't want to over mix this. As soon as you do see no flour in here, you want to stop. Okay, because it can actually make it a tough textured bread. Okay. Okay, this is nice batter, just like that. I'm going to take the strawberries. What I'm going to do is use my other little paper towel here and just kind of pat them nice and light. Add this right into the batter. Take your spatula and just kind of fold this in gently. If you want to add raspberries, you want to add blueberries, you want to add the combination, it'll all be good. And as you see, I reserved some strawberries on the side right here. That way, when it comes out of the oven, we can just kind of garnish it and make it really good. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to take a 9x5 loaf pan. I am just going to give it a quick spray. Don't overspray it.
Bob asks, what size shrimp do you use?
The shrimp size that I used, the large shrimp, they were about a 21 to 25 size, okay? In between 15 to 30 is your best tasting shrimp. If they're bigger, sometimes they're a little tougher, not as good flavor. And if they're smaller, they're usually kind of like a little bit watery, a little softer texture, not as good. Yes, Chris?
Emily asks, can you add frozen blueberries?
Absolutely. Yes, don't defrost them, frozen, because if you defrost them, it's just going to keep giving the juice in there. And what's going to happen is you're going to have purple bread. It'll taste just fine, but your guests will say, it's just, why is the batter all purple? So that's the only reason though. So just take this batter right here. Make sure you have your oven preheated already to 350. This will take about 50 to 60 minutes. And then you want to put a piece of aluminum foil on the rack above. That way it just does not get too brown, too dark, too quickly. And then while this is cooking, we're going to make a glaze for this. And we'll show you how to decorate it. I know we have some folks that just jumped on. They're like, we're going to be here another hour with him. I can't take it. So here it is. That's going to go right in the oven. And like I said, with the aluminum foil, just kind of shield it like on the rack above. So that way it kind of covers it. Okay? Yes, Chris.
Susan said, I didn't spray the sides of the pan, only the bottom. So the bread came out in pieces and crumbs. It still tasted good, but I'll try to do better next time.
I know you'll do better next time. But I'll give you another little nice way to kind of lift it out. You could take a piece of parchment paper and just kind of have it on the bottom and up against the sides of the wall, the whole length of this. Spray the pan, but also give the parchment paper just a quick spray. And all you have to do is, I'll show you what it would look like. Just like this, the cake would be at the bottom, and you just take the side and just lift it right out. No crumbs, no nothing, and you could do it that way if you want. I haven't had a problem with this coming out, but then again, I make this 5 times a month, right?
Yes.
Something like that?
Something like that.
All right, this is going in the oven. I'm just going to check the shrimp. The shrimp is about 2 minutes away from being done. I see the tomatoes, they're not bursted yet, but they're just about to go, okay? Wish I could just have you just zoom right in the oven and just watch it like on TV, right? Maybe someday, not that I'll be on TV, just that someday we can get it and do it like that. But now as we're getting it down, we're going to go back into the library. So, but you know what? I could never have done this without Chris here. We started doing this back April of 2020, and Chris has been amazing with this. And if not, I'd probably be a lot skinnier. I probably I would have no money, no nothing. So you never know what it would have brought you. So thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay. And thank you, Debbie, as always, for the 9 or so years that we've been working together, and then also going virtual when we had no choice, and then going back into the library.
Emily said, yes,
you.
Chris, you are a trooper. Thank you.
Okay, so everybody, for the glaze, what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 cup of the powdered sugar, just like this.
Debbie said, it's been an adventure.
It has. A half teaspoon of the pure vanilla extract. And then about 5, maybe 6 tablespoons of either whole milk or heavy cream. I always suggest do about 3 to 4 of the milk first, And that way, if you have to add more, you can always add more.
Susan said, yes, thanks, Chris. Thanks also, Chef Rob.
Thank you, Susan. See, now 3 tablespoons. I guess I didn't put a heavy amount of the powdered sugar. So what you have to do, and you want to do, is you want to make sure it's a nice glaze. So just add a little bit more. And you just want it to where it would just kind of, see, that's even a touch thin. Just like that. So start with a couple, 2 tablespoons of the milk and then work into it. Because powdered sugar, you can't really measure too well because it's so light and fluffy. See, this is how you want it. Okay. I am going to get our shrimp dish out.
Emily asks if you could just put powdered sugar.
Absolutely. You know, not everybody likes that sweet glaze on it, so yes, absolutely you could do that. If you could see, the shrimp are nice and cooked, not overcooked. Just the timing of it just works out perfect with this dish. And then look at the tomatoes. They have just bursted, which is perfect. And now what you could do is you can take a little bit of the fennel frond. So you can use every single thing of the fennel. Just kind of use this like as a garnish. Okay, just kind of sprinkle that on there. If you wanted to put some feta cheese on there, you could put some feta cheese. I usually use about a half cup of it. Now, you could just start eating it right now, or you could put it under the broiler too. So it's nice and hot. It's going to toss really good. Debbie is getting awfully hungry there. Are you at the library, Debbie? And now you you can put this again under the broiler, melt the cheese, or just like that, because the corn, it's just going to kind of get ooey, just like that. I'm going to take some fresh basil. Just take the leaves off of here, up to about a half of a cup. And I hope everybody out there will make this dish, especially with that really good local corn that is coming our way. This corn, I have found a lot of times that when you can't get it at the farm stand, it's not local, Stop and Shop, it gets better and better as the season goes. And then I think they really go into our local corn from Long Island, but it's pretty good. I'm just shredding this, just gonna turn this. And now, just go like this, sprinkle this right over the pan. See, this is another dish, we can never do this at the library because you need so many ovens to put a pan like this. So there has been really good things about doing this virtually for a while. And I know a lot of you have learned different recipes from it. It's great making them. Doing it this way. Yes, Chris?
Jessica asks, can I substitute the feta?
Absolutely. Goat cheese, no cheese.
Although it's better with feta.
Better with feta. Yeah, but not everybody's a feta fan, and I don't think Jessica's a feta fan. I'm right, Jessica? Okay. So, just gonna leave that right there. That is all done. You could serve it with some lemon wedges, but when you have something like this right here, with the zest off of it, just get the pits out. You can just kind of put it right on the tray like that, and whoever wants a little lemon on there, just squeeze it right on their area or the whole pan. All right, Chris, you ready to finish the Strawberry Festival bread?
Yes.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. So, I can't believe an hour has gone by because the bread is done, right?
Yes.
And it didn't crumble. But Look how moist this is, okay? You can see how I'm pressing down on it. It's almost like has like a muffin texture to it. Make sure you put the toothpick into it. It comes out nice and clean.
Debbie said that looks yummy.
The bread or the dinner? I think Debbie's thinking the dinner.
Yes. Well, they both are, but...
That's what it may be, but I think Debbie's talking the dinner because I do know the vegetables and all that you love. So I do know that. I wanted to actually thicken this just a little bit.
She said dinner.
I know it. Didn't I tell you, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to use or make all of this. If you just think, no, that's too sweet for me, you make half of it, okay? You put in a half a cup of sugar, quarter teaspoon of vanilla, and a tablespoon or two of the heavy cream or milk. And now what you do is just kind of drizzle this all over this. See, now this is a bread that we would actually do as a, where the patrons would make it at the library and they take it home and they go home and bake. They like making that there. Okay, just a touch more. Okay, now we're gonna slice some strawberries and put it right on top. Beautiful strawberry right here. Nice thin slices. And then just kind of spread it out throughout. Just like that. And if you're not a berry fan, peaches, when peach season comes, because the peaches, the cinnamon, the buttermilk, all goes really well. So that was one large strawberry I put on here and it decorated the whole bread. And now, 4th of July or any time, just some blueberries on top here. Oh, the two that got away. Again, when this comes out of the oven, let it cool, because if you don't let it cool, the glaze will just run right off of it and it'll just look like a mess. And I want to give everybody the schedule for the rest of the week of what we are doing. There. So let me bring this over by the dinner, Chris, so you can do dinner and dessert and show everybody. So, I like this menu. This would be great dinner. Eat this as dinner and then dessert. Oh my God. That's why I went for a long walk before this class. Getting prepared for later. Anybody, any questions or comments out there? And while we're waiting, I am just going to give everybody the schedule for the rest of the week. Tomorrow we will be at the Connecticut Public Library. And Debbie, this is up your alley, so if you want to sign on at 6:30, it's on Zoom, and we're going to make a chilled gazpacho, which is a vegetable soup, cold vegetable soup for summer, and then we're going to do a roasted vegetable torte with Parmesan cheese, really tasty, looks beautiful because eggplant, summer squash, basil, all that.
Emily said all of it looks delish.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you so much. And then at Sachem on Wednesday at 2 o'clock on Zoom, we are making the same exact shrimp dish here. And then instead of the bread, we will be doing, the beefsteak tomato avocado salad with crispy tortilla chips. And then at 7 o'clock at the Taft Public Library in Massachusetts, we're going to make homemade dog treats. So if you got a dog, or your neighbor's got a dog, or you want to bring them to the kennel, go to the Taft Public Library. We're going to make sweet potato and banana biscuits, and then also pumpkin cinnamon dog treats too. We're good on Thursday. We're at the North Shore Wading River Library, and we're going to do salmon sliders. love salmon. Breadstick salad, a panzanella salad, and then we're also going to do strawberry gelato. Okay, I got to remember to put my freezer bowl in the freezer because you need it to spin around and do that. And then on Friday, the Pearl River Public Library, upstate New York, and that's at 5:30 on Zoom, and we'll do balsamic and rosemary grilled chicken breast with a tomato blue cheese relish, but Susan did it with goat cheese, right, Chris?
Yes, I believe so.
That's what yeah. And a strawberry basil aqua fresca, and then something a little different. We're going to take, if you ever go to the Brazilian steakhouses like a Fogo de Chao or a Texas de Brazil, they do like a big roasted pineapple, and you can put it on a rotisserie and it just spins around and you soak it in either like whiskey or rum, or for kids like apple cider, apple juice, something like that. And then you take cinnamon sugar and with regular white sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon, and you coat the outside of the pineapple and you just let it rotisserie. But I'm going to show you that, but show you a different way to prepare it as well. And that's at the Pearl River Public Library.
Emily said, "Good night, Chef Rob and Chris."
Good night, Emily. Good night. So before we go, if anybody has any questions or comments, please let me know. I know we have a July and August class at the Mastic Mauritius Community Library. So please look in their flyer for when we are doing it. And like I said, Debbie leaves this up all the time. So tell everybody, go watch it. You can watch it at any time, okay? And the recipes are out there. Yes, Chris?
Susan said, "Made the relish with feta, also for those that don't like goat cheese."
Got it.
Then also, Monica said, "Everything looks great. Can't wait to try on my own. P.S. I was always on a waiting list and never was able to participate at my library, and glad I was able to watch virtually. I consider this a silver lining of the pandemic, I guess."
Thank you so much. Monica, what library are you at? I'll bump you up on the waiting list when we get back into person, okay? Just curious. So everybody, I hope you all stay well. It got a little sunny out here on Long Island, so it was kind of an overcast day, but now nice, and it's pretty nice. But I think a little rain tomorrow. We need a little rainy day.
She said Mastic.
Oh, Mastic. Okay, I thought I said a different library. Right?
Nope, same one.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Debbie and I will work on that, okay? Make sure you sign up early, though, okay? So everybody have a great night. Thank you to the Mastic Mauritius Community Library. Always a pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye, Debbie. Bye, everybody.